Now we're going to be talking to Stilyan from Consensys, and we'll be talking about decentralized community support. So let's have a nice warm round of applause. Woo!
All right. Hello, everyone. Nice to see you. My name is Stilyan, and I am going to talk today about community. So before we dive into that, I would like to start with a few stories. I'm sure you're tired. It's the end of the day. And, oops, can I go back? Oh, the clicker is tired as well. Yay. Okay, so before I start diving into community support, I will start with a few stories, right? So before, I'm a product manager at Consensys, by the way, but before I joined Consensys, I was working at a DAO. And the DAO was doing metaverse products. It was building products for the upcoming metaverse future. And that was late 2021, early 2022, a lot of hype in the space. Facebook changed their name to Meta a few months ago, a lot of hype in the space. And we started with a token, we had 2 products, and I remember super vividly how our Discord was buzzing with excitement, right? A lot of people coming in, a lot of people asking questions about the token, about the products, about everything. And it was all hands on deck. It was me, it was the developers, it was some of the founders of the DAO, everyone were in the Discord answering questions, making sure that people who come in kind of like understand what we're doing. And last week, I was talking to one of the questing platforms, one of the bigger questing platforms, and what they said really reminded me of that moment in time. So what they said is, they said, whenever we have a big campaign or we sign a client who really can bring in a lot of users or whatever, sometimes we have a lot of demand coming in, and they experience a very similar situation. A lot of people come in, a lot of people have questions, especially if something around the quest or the mission doesn't work fairly well, a lot of questions come in. And interestingly enough, when I joined Consensys, I learned that MetaMask had a similar problem. What the problem was is that in 2021, again, better market conditions, a lot of hype, um, the support volume for MetaMask did like 100x in the span of 3 months. So the support team was really struggling with all the demand. And I see some nodding heads in the audience. Some people remember that. What happened then is that the team went out and tried to scale the team. I don't know how you scale a team 100x. I don't know how you scale a team 5x, right? But that's a different topic. But the point is that they had a very hard time servicing all the clients coming in. So what it turns out is that whether you are a starting project or you have the ability to bring in a lot of users to your platform, or you're an established product within the space which already has a lot of users, at some point you do have a lot of demand coming in, a lot of users starting to come in. And what usually happens then, I'm sure you can guess, they go to your Discord and they start asking questions, and it gets very vibey in the Discord. In other cases, it might be a discourse or potentially a Telegram. But at the end of the day, the community starts forming in one of those platforms. And what usually happens in those platforms is we're seeing people that are very engaged. Some of them, not all, but we see a lot of engaged people. Naturally, there are experts that emerge from this community. I'm sure you know those people from your community, the people who are responding very quickly, They're part of the community. They always seem to know what's up. They're always there. So naturally, some experts start emerging from those communities. So we have, on the one hand, users, right? And on the other hand, we have the so-called experts. And by the way, the experts bit, that's not something new, right? That's not exclusive to Web3. We have Reddit, we have Quora, we have Stack Overflow. You know, those are all examples of platforms where people are supporting people, where the so-called experts are helping out. So it seems like when people care enough about a topic or a project, they want to help out. They want to onboard new people. They want to, be helpful. So again, we have users on one hand, experts on the other hand, and that's how VillageDAO was born. What is VillageDAO? Well, VillageDAO is a community success protocol. And what I mean by that is that VillageDAO allows you to empower people from your community to help you out with support or with onboarding. So VillageDAO is designed to meet user demand and those experts, those emerging experts and very helpful and trusted community members. At its core, VillageDAO is a live chat service which meets both users and experts. And this is how it works. So we have the users, the experts, and the overarching brand. Those are our three personas. So users have a problem. They go to VillageDAO because they need support. They get support, which is provided by the experts. And in return for their contributions, the experts get rewarded. Now, the experts get rewarded from the brand. In return, the actual brand gets to solve their customer support. We launched VillageDAO last year, and we launched with MetaMask as our launch partner. I don't know if Sasha is here, but yes, with dog food, hard. So we launched with MetaMask. Recently, we started working with Film.io. Very interesting project. They're trying to decentralize filmmaking, kind of like disrupt the whole Hollywood way of doing movies. Check them out. Super interesting project. This is what we have today in terms of our traffic, and this is how the platform looks like today, right? It's, as I said, it's a chat service. You have a problem, you come in, experts picks it up, helps with your problem. So, why VillageDAO, right? Why is it special? Why is it interesting? Well, several reasons. Reason number one, as you see on the slide, the VillageDAO is a product born out of our experience at Consensys, and more specifically in the customer success team. So there is kind of like an internal joke in the department where we kind of like do support for the whole of Web3, right? Because there's a lot of different cases that we're seeing, so a lot of experience. Also, we do a lot of research in that area because we service a large amount of users. But that's one thing. The other thing, why VillageDAO, the other reason is today support in Web3 is done just like in Web2. But the support applications, the Web2 support applications that are known to everyone, they are apps. They're not dApps. So there are some embedded assumptions in those applications. The first one is that you get this application, you give it to your support team, they use it, you do customer support. Many projects in our in Web3, they don't have a customer support team. So what happens usually is I go out with a couple of people, we build a protocol, community starts growing much earlier before we start growing our team or before we start growing our product, right? So the Web2 support apps today, they don't take into account the community. And I was here at the first talk, Mihai said that Ethereum wouldn't be here without community. So community really is one of the strengths in Web3 that it's underutilized by today's support infrastructure. The other underlying, or the other embedded assumption that Web2 support products have today is that they assume that you have a support team again, and there's a payroll, and you can pay them. I'm sure you know that in most of the Web3 projects, especially those early ones, you don't really have a payroll, right? Especially in the community side. So really there is an assumption of an underlying payment layer, which not a lot of projects have. And we solve that through a smart contract. And our mission with VillageDAO really is to empower communities to support themselves in a scalable, fair, and decentralized manner. We hope to become the norm of supporting Web3. And this is something from, yes, I have it. This is something from today. This is something from this morning. So I forgot to get my ticket for the conference, right? And you all got your tickets. I'm pretty sure it's a similar flow where you go, you put your phone number, you get a code, right? That's what happens. I was not able to do it. I put my phone, click verify, nothing happens. Okay, I need to go to the conference in 30 minutes. So I go to the website. They ask me to log a ticket. I log a ticket. I wait. No one comes in. And I find that the ticketing platform is on top of a protocol. I think it's called Get Protocol. So I go into the Discord of Get Protocol. And this is what I say. I say, GM, have trouble obtaining my ticket. Am I in the right place to get some support? Instantly, a guy sends a link. Says, oh, you want support? Click this link. I'm like, nah, I don't think so. No, I'm not clicking this. I call out the team. They delete the message. I say thank you. After that, another guy sends a message, sends, oh, DM me for support. No worries, I'll fix you. I'm like, yeah, this is great. This is exactly why we're building exactly why we're building support for Web3. So, yeah, thank you so much. All right, I think we have some time for questions, right? Okay.
Hi.
Hello.
Thank you. Love the idea. Quick question. So you said there are users, there are experts. Experts emerge from the existing community, right?
Yes.
How does that process look like? How do you become an expert? Who validates you? And can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, no, great question. So there's several ways to do that. What we did with MetaMask is that we did an open application. So MetaMask have a group of, I think it's called guides, and you see different kind of groups, forming within bigger communities, but we send an open application to our guides group, which are trusted community members, and we say, okay, guys, we're opening this up. You can apply to become an expert. So what happened is that we got like hundreds of applications. So we went through them. We actually talked to some people, interviewed some people. So that's how we kind of like onboarded our experts for MetaMask. But usually what happens to the companies that we're talking to is that they have particular people in mind who they want to onboard. So there are those people in those communities that naturally emerge, and usually projects want to kind of like appoint them or actually offer them the opportunity to become experts. So to answer your question, there are two ways. You either kind of do an application process, which of course we help out with, or you can offer this to your trusted selected community members that you've identified as those experts.
So if I understood correctly, you basically decide who is trustworthy enough, correct?
Yeah.
So it looks like a centralized process. I'm more interested in what are the DAO aspects.
Yes, of course. So today, when VillageDAO started as an idea, when it was born, really started with the mission to become a DAO at some point, to give this out to the Ethereum ecosystem. Today, that's not the case. We're going more on the progressive decentralization path. So you're absolutely right. Today, it's kind of like a centralized process. Hopefully, in the future, we can move into more of a decentralized path where we can offer this as a suit to users or communities to kind of like elect their experts. But today, we're trying to hit the ground running with things that are working. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Woo!